Hello everybody, my name is Dumbface. Today we're going to be showing you guys a Gila fit for alpha clones for T6 Abyss. Many people have been asking me for T5 capable fits for alpha clones. But guess what guys, I found a way for alpha clones to be able to do T6 Abyss. And not just any old Gila fit, okay? This is not a really multi-billion ISK fit. This is in fact a very cheap fit. Now, I'm on the test server here just to demonstrate to you guys, but there's a few secrets here I want to let you guys in on. Okay, so this is the fit right here you can see here. It's not looking like your typical Gila fit, and that's exactly why this is such an amazing thing, okay? This is why no one has thought about this before, because it seems so unintuitive, but this is just how it works. This is just how it works, okay? So instead of going shield tank like the usual Gila fits do, we're going armor tank, boy. We're going armor tank. You see here, we've got the dual armor pairs. And the thing that people don't not understand is that when you use armor-based weaponry, well, not weaponry, but like armor-based defenses, like unconventional defenses, right? You know, Gila is used to being a shield-based ship. But if you use unconventional defenses like an armor, based tank, then the NPCs in the Abyss, they're gonna be like, they're not gonna deploy as many NPCs. They're gonna be a lot fewer NPCs spawning because they're thinking like, this guy is so easy, we'll take him down really quickly. But that's the thing. Armor repairs are a lot stronger than they seem at like first glance, and especially since we've got this auxiliary nano pump here and the reactive armor hardener, this is going to pump up stuff even more, going to make us have more armor repair rate over time, and this is going to make us tankier the more the enemies shoot us. Then the second thing here that we've got here that is going to be very favorable for us is that when it comes to in the Abyss, one of the problems for many people are the battleship waves, especially the Marshall waves, but also the Charybdis Tyrannus wave is being very problematic for many people I've seen. One of the solutions that you guys maybe don't know is that if you use a smaller afterburner, so in this case, cruisers, they usually use a 10mm afterburner, but if we use a 1mm afterburner, this will make it so that our signature radius is even smaller. This is a secret that not everyone tells you, but if you use a smaller afterburner, it will make your signature radius even smaller. So you know how you use, a big MWD, it makes your signature radius bigger, right? But then if we downgrade it to a smaller prop mod, right, it's going to make our signature radius smaller, harder to hit, and it's just overall we're going to have a more easier time in the Abyss when it comes to avoiding damage from the battleship waves that can be very potent and very deadly. Another thing that we're going here that will make us have a little bit of an easier time is we're using an energy neutralizer. This is useful when it comes to high DPS waves. For example, Charybdis Tyrannus, you could nuke this guy out real quick because that guy actually does not have a big capacitor. So all I would need is this Tech 2 neutralizer right here. You could nuke him out and he would just be like, I can't shoot. Okay, I can't shoot. Then again, the thing is, you have to remember is the sleepers, they have a different power system. So they can shoot sometimes, but they will be shooting you less. Like they'll be essentially doing less DPS, you could say. They've got like this kind of infinite power generator. It's hard to explain. If you go Google the lore on sleeper or drifter technology, they have a different type of capacitor compared to usual people. So we'll still see the Charybdis Tyrannus battleship. He'll still be shooting, but he'll be shooting less. So he'll be doing less DPS over time. It'll be easier for us to tank the damage. And then also we've got this 1mm afterburner that will help us a lot. And then another thing here that's going to make it extra alpha friendly is that we're using some Tech 1 drones. These Tech 1 drones are good because in the Abyss your drones just instantly die. And if we want to earn as much ISK per hour, right, then we want to use the Tech 1 drones. If you're doing the T6 Abyss, you can earn 300 to 400 million ISK an hour. So if we're losing drones at a rate of like 10 or 50 or 40 or 30, depending on how skillful you are, an hour, that can cut your profit significantly. So we're going to use the Tech 1 drones because they cost hardly anything. And to be honest, Tech 2, they're just a waste of skills, to be honest. We are, however, going to use Inferno Fury light missiles because they can't, be shot down by people. So we've got this cataclysmic firestorm thing here. And then this is another thing that many people don't know, okay? Because the thing is, when you're doing the Abyss, okay, one of the most optimal filaments to do are firestorms just because of how cheap they are. You know how cheap those filaments are? You see those electricals, right? So damn expensive, 30, 40 million plus. But then you got the firestorms only going for 1 million. There's a reason, because they take a long time to do, and they also don't give any inherent bonus to a capacitor like an electrical one. An electrical one, it gives you, you know, bonus to a capacitor recharge rate, makes it easier for you to tank a lot. But here, this is a little tip right here. So you can make a little bit of a plex investment for one of these skins right here. If you use the appropriate skin for the filament you're doing, you'll tank more. So we're gonna see here. When we go into the abyss, we'll have not 98 HP per second, but we'll have more HP per second. Because if we have the skin of the like filament we're going in, it'll increase our tank. It'll increase like shield boosting, armor repair rate per second, make everything a lot stronger. This is also another tip. Use the appropriate skin for the filament you're using, and it'll make you survive a lot better in the abyss. So this idea actually of going in an unconventional Gila fit was not my original idea. It was actually a guy called Erasmus Translator. So if the fit works out really well for you guys and you're earning the dank ISK, give him a mail and tell him that thank you man, you helped me get the dank ISK and flexing my account for free and all that. But if you do somehow fail, or you do, you know, by accident go out of the boundary box, or you know, you make some silly mistake like put a 100 MN afterburner on instead of a 1 MN afterburner on your ship, then don't send hate to him. If you're gonna send hate to me, because I'm the punching bag here. I'm the messenger who should take the blame. Okay, so let's go undock and go into the T6 Firestorm. So we'll see here. The thing is, it's just so damn good. You know, the Firestorms, it's so hard to find a good fit that can do them, but it's just that you have to go in an unconventional way. The Triglavians, they underestimate you. They think that you're just really crap when they see you in an armor tank. You're just this guy, he's easy pickings. So they'll just sound out, you know, a few frigates, cruisers, not really do anything. Just, you know, they'll think it's just such an easy ride. But then they'll have so few stuff as well, so it'll be easier for us. And just the way it works, it will turn out so quickly. You guys are going to see here. Okay, let's activate the filament. Let's go. So we've got some Rodivas right here. It's a very simple wave, So I want to show you guys what I'm talking about by the skin boost. Look here, we've got a whopping 150 HP per second now. Remember we had like 98 before? So we get nice boost to our armor repair rate just because we've got the Firestorm filament. And it also makes a lot of sense to use the Firestorm filament because, you know, if you got that extra buffer to your armor that you inherently get from the Firestorm filaments, it'll make you a lot more resistant to the wrecking shots. So overall, you're just gonna have a really good time in the T6 Abyss. You know, this is like alpha clone stuff. So it's just really nice. You can earn so good ISK with this. You see how these guys, they're like, there's hardly anything right here. These Triglavians, they're thinking that, oh, this guy is using armor tank stuff. He's really bad. So they're just gonna send that. They're sending out just a few NPCs. It really does not matter. We just really wreck them, even though we've got pretty crap stuff. But they think that we're really bad because we are using, you know, just armor stuff when a Gila should be shield tank. So they think we're just really dumb. So they just think, nah, we don't need to send out anything. So just sending out, what is this? One measly Rodiva and a few rogue drones. Like, what is this? But still, we wreck them. We wreck them real good. Look, we get that boost from, you know, the skin. Also, this reactive armor hardener amps up everything. Very nice. You know how the Triglavians, they scale up their damage over time? Well, we're also scaling up our defenses over time. So that's really good. But as I was saying before, you earn so good ISK from this. This is T6 level like loot you get here. And we're not even going to bother looting here because we're doing this on a test server, so there's no point. But you'll earn like 300 to 400 million an hour, and since there are less NPCs that are spawning right here, you'll probably definitely, I think, do this side a lot quicker than a classical T6 side that you do in like a normal shield tank sphere, or the ones that have like a lot more NPCs. So I think that this will go a lot quicker, and indirectly you'll be earning more ISK per hour. So you could earn probably like 500 million ISK per hour. That would be just amazing. You could get, what is this? You could get like your Omega in 3 hours. Maybe you could get that if you're playing 1 hour a day, 3 days, or if you're just doing like had a whole afternoon for free, you could just do a few of these sites. Get your Omega like that, become an Omega clone almost straight away. Or it's not straight away, because you know there are some skills required here, but this is, you know, basic Tech 2 stuff, and Tech 1 stuff even. Good stuff is as well. We don't need to use any expensive implants. You know, often in my T5 or high tier Abyss fits I talk about, they involve using these extremely expensive implants. We're chilling here with no implants, just going here. I mean, alpha clones can't even use particularly good implants anyway, so it's just overall a really good experience. We're just in a really cheap ship that just costs hardly anything, and we can go here, wreck the Abyss. The tank is just, it's just so good. I mean, I hope CCP doesn't nerf this, because I only found out about this recently, and I was thinking that, oh, is this like a glitch or something? But no, this is apparently a part of CCP's new like AI system. Like, they want to make the AI a bit more deep in EVE Online, so they make it so that, you know, the NPCs, they kind of interpret a bit. They deploy their NPCs based on the like what they're throwing against them. And you can another example of this that I found out is the forward operating bases. They also deploy NPCs in relation to what you bring. So if you're bringing like a little crappy ship, like a Tech 1 frigate, it'll only deploy like, you know, a few frigates. But if you deploy a Marauder, it'll deploy like a whole fleet of ships. And the same thing seems to be going for the Abyss right now. So this is, I feel like this is good, but it's also bad, because this will make it so that I feel like blinged stuff will not be as worth, because now you don't have no reason to really bling. Because, you know, you're just going to have more harder NPCs going for you. But to be honest, I don't think it has a lot to do with the bling itself. I think it just has to do with you doing like the different type of tank. So like here we're going armor, like basic armor pairs, and they seem to be deploying really weak stuff. So I think it's just that they're thinking that, okay, well, they're interpreting our fit as like basically no tank, since the Gila is, you know, a shield based ship. So it would seem to the AI, I think, that like we've got no tank since we just got armor stuff. But maybe it's like they think that armor stuff is just really crap on a Gila, but they underestimate our Reactive, our Hardener, and our skin bonus we've got right here is just so good. Here's a case where I think I would use my small energy neutralizer. He'll help a little bit, I think, reduce damage, though we are hardly taking any damage. I mean, look, we're tanking like an absolute boss. An absolute boss. We've got these Tech 1 drones. If we do get Deviant automatic suppressors, they will die very quickly. Hammerheads are very weak. They're a very weak variant of the drones, especially the Tech 1s. Hammerheads are known for being like, how do you say, a glass cannon kind of drone. They have very high DPS. They have the highest DPS of all drones, but they also have the lowest total HP. So they'll die very quickly, but they also hit hard as well. So that's kind of the good thing, you know, if you have a high DPS, you finish sight quicker, more ISK per hour, but you just have to also remember that they die pretty quickly as well, so you want to be careful about that. So just in case, you know, just in case you do lose them, you don't want to lose your whole set of drones. In case the off chance that you were to lose everything, you'll only be left with your missiles. And I mean, the missiles are okay, but they are a lot slower, and maybe you could risk running out of time. I do think, since the Triglarians underestimate you so much, since they think that you basically have got no tank, then I think maybe you would get through. But it's obviously a lot better with drones. You know, the Gila is mainly based on drones, so it's obviously going to be a lot better. And you can see here, we're using the 1MN Afterburner, and we're just sitting here, and we're going so fast, doing absolutely no damage from this guy, taking absolutely no damage. And this neutralizer helps a bit, because you see here, we're neutralizing quite a bit from this guy, and he's like, we're not able to fully nuke him out just because of the way sleeper ships work, but the DPS will be reduced because you'll have to fire at a reduced fire rate, and overall it helps. This is also something I've been considering, is that maybe you could use like something like an Ashimu, because they have extremely good newts, so that could maybe be possible. But the thing is, in the Abyss, you're not only against single battleships, you're also up against other ships, like for example, you know, like cruisers, frigates, whatever. So having a ship dedicated to neuting, I don't think is the most optimal thing. I just think you should have something that's good at tanking and doing damage, and that's definitely what the Gila is good at doing. It's good at dealing damage, mainly with the really good drones. And even with the Tech 1 drones, we still deal quite a bit of damage, Okay, let's see what we get here. Do we get anything interesting here? Okay, so we've got just a bunch of sleeper cruisers. This is just going to be a dead easy wave. So essentially, look here, we've done a T6 site in so much quicker time than what all these people do. People sit around, they go around, use multi-billion ISK Gilas, multi-billion ISK Ishtars, really expensive stuff. Like I've seen a guy using a T6 Dark Ikitursa. What is it, 6 bill? We're sitting here just a couple of 100 mil Gila doing T6s, okay, and we're doing it faster as well. And then I've seen also people using like triple frigates, like triple boxing, like with 3 Omegas, having to like really micromanagement, like stress out so much. But we're just sitting here with one little measly free alpha clone, and we're thrashing the T6 Firestorms. I mean, look at this, guys. We're just thrashing them. Like, they can't do anything to our armor. Look at our armor. It's just so good. And like, even if like in the T6 sites especially, Charybdis Tyrannos is a battleship known for doing high, extremely big and like wrecking shots. It's just we're taking a lot of damage from my drones right there. We want to recall the drones. But Charybdis Tyrannos is known for doing really big wrecking shots. And the thing is, in the T6 Firestorm, we've got a bonus to our buffer of the armor, so it'll help a lot. Get our buffer so that it can't be one-shotted. It'll really make it go so much smoother that way. It all fits in naturally. I hope CCP doesn't change this, because if they do change it, I'll be kind of pissed. But also, maybe it could be good that they do, because this is kind of going to crash the market. I feel like this may crash the market by me publicizing this, because I have hardly seen anyone do this. I only seen a select few people do it, and they've really not been very secretive about this. They've not wanted to like get this information out there. So I'm kind of being a little bit of a sort of doing a little bit of a favor for you guys here. I hope and I hope I don't piss off too many people, but I feel like sharing is caring. Sharing is caring, and I think everyone deserves to be able to know how to earn the dank ISK. So that's why I'm sharing this with you guys, and you can see here all these little tips and tricks I showed you here that not everyone tells you. Helps you do the Abyss site so much quicker. This Afterburner. Obviously it's a little bit slower because it's a 1MN, but we were that teeny tiny signature radius, so we're just going to take hardly any damage. So it's just so good. Overall, a really good experience right here. T6 done in how long? Just over 10 minutes. Amazing. Absolutely amazing in an alpha clone. People always tell me, how do I've until I found out these tweaks of the main thing, like the whole game changer was going with the alternative tank, so that the Triglavians underestimate you. But this was like a complete game changer, because up until now I thought that it was only Omegas and extremely blinged and extremely skilled characters that could be able to do the T6s, especially the T6 Firestorms. They're extremely difficult just due to the sheer amount of NPCs. But we can reduce that all. Instead of, cutting down or buffing up us, we cut down the NPCs, and it just makes everything go so much smoother. So my main concern now is just that I hope CCP doesn't nerf this. So CCP Aurora, CCP Rise, if you guys are watching this, or any person in CCP, please don't nerf this. I hope this doesn't happen. This will be this is really nice when people can flex their accounts really quickly. It's really nice, and people can buy really cool ships and go on nice PvP runs without having to do too much effort, and especially be an alpha clone. But then again, I hope CCP doesn't go down, because everyone will now be then maybe plexing their accounts so easily. So maybe CCP will earn less subscriptions, because more people will be just doing it by buying Plex. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe Plex will go up then. We'll see. I'm maybe thinking too much of myself just from this one little video right here. But either way, that was it. That was my little secret sauce right here. I wanted to show you guys how to do T6 Firestorms in a Gila. As an alpha clone, and do them really damn fast. Just an amazing experience overall. Really easy, really simple, and not even expensive. Very cheap fit right here. Hope you guys enjoyed this video right here. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. I'll catch you guys later.